Hey guys, Go Easier back with more to your day, and this is my first video in a long time for Go Easier Plus, but it's not gonna be as consistent, of course. I just kind of record whenever I want to, but yeah, I think this is too important of a college football week to just ignore. So I am going to be going down what just happened on Saturday. So the biggest games, of course, there was a lot of things that happened. Honestly, let's be honest, but I feel like there's some things that we need to go over. I mean, what, 5 top 11 upsets? I think maybe more. We'll go over them. But first, let's start with Georgia, because that's my favorite team. Of course, I'm going to go over them. They defeated Auburn 31-13 after losing to Alabama last week. It was a 5 victory. Of course, some people want us to drop 50 on them, but it probably was never happening. Dang, how did I make a video week 3? I haven't made a video since like week 2 of NFL. So yeah, I haven't made a video in a very long time. But so a little bit the recap of Georgia: we defeated Kentucky, we lost to Alabama, and defeated Auburn. We stand at what, 4-1. So we're ranked number 5 in the country currently. Still in a really good spot because we lost to a ranked team. So like, I'm pretty happy with it. Beck has thrown his only 3 interceptions of the season in that Alabama game. Besides that, he's had a pretty good year. Offensive line still struggling. A highlight of that Auburn game was us allowing a sack almost immediately from a 3-man rush. Just terrible. Defense still struggling to stop big plays, but other than that, they've been pretty good in the run game and in short passing. Pretty happy with Georgia this week overall. And I think they said we play like Mississippi State next, something like that. So that'll be fun. Anyway, moving on to the upsets. Let's start with Michigan. Michigan got blown out by Washington. They lost by 10 to Washington. And this is not only surprising because Washington isn't that good this year, and they aren't even ranked. Was Washington favored? I'm not sure. But either way, Michigan had a very disappointing loss today. Once again, a struggling offense gets whooped by Washington. 17-27. I cannot believe they allowed Washington to get 27, honestly. Just a really sad loss. They're not going to the playoffs, man. I mean, we know they're not winning the Big Ten. I very severely doubt they could beat Ohio State. They already have a loss to Texas, and now they're, 3-2 with that unranked loss? I mean, I guess Texas won was non-conference. This is conference. This is a conference loss. How many more games they're going to lose? We don't know. But even if they do end up going 10-2, I can't see them beat Ohio State at all this year. Not a good look for them. Right? They were on the road to give them some benefit of the doubt. Next, no, is Washington Big Ten? They are. All right. I believe. Next, we've got USC, and USC played Minnesota. That's right, Minnesota. They lost to them by 3 or 7? It was one of those. I think it was 24-27, something like that. But Minnesota scored with under a minute to go to take the lead. I think they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter to USC 0. Moss did not have a good day. He threw 2 interceptions, I believe. Minnesota just outplayed USC that day. That's another. Is that their first loss? I don't think it's their first loss. Either way, not a good loss. You're not going to be losing to Minnesota. I think they were on the road too. So, I mean, those are some pretty bad losses. We're not even at the worst one yet. But let's move on to Missouri. They lost 41-9 to Texas A&M, who were definitely favored in that game, which surprised me. I mean, we already knew that Missouri was on fraud alert, but losing by 30? No top 10 team should ever be losing to a team that's like 25. That's how you know they're not real. It's SEC loss as well, so that really hurts Missouri having won so early in the year. Luckily, there's been a lot of top SEC teams who've already lost the game. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but we already know. That just proved to us Missouri isn't as good as people wanted or thought them to be. Probably the worst loss out of all of them, just the fact that they got blown out, just not even close. It's just sad, man, because Missouri was kind of like a crazy story since they had that close game against Georgia. The fact they've been getting better, and then this happened. I mean, and then right after Ole Miss lost to Kentucky last week. So there's been a lot of SEC v SEC losses. And we're going to move on to another one as Tennessee took a loss to Arkansas and Andrew Armstrong. Congratulations to him. And Taylor Green actually got injured in this game. The backup came in, got the game-winning touchdown. There's actually something very interesting that happened here. Not only the Nico play, but I'm talking about the QB run where the guy let him go into the end zone. Now, people are mad at this, but I think what it was like a minute and 10 left, and Tennessee had 2 timeouts. What happens if he doesn't let him score? Well, this was supposed to happen. That QB should have went down. They would have kneeled twice, 3 times actually, call a timeout with 10 seconds to go or whatever, kick the field goal, and automatically win the game. That's what would have happened. Tennessee would have lost. And it would have been a guaranteed loss. There's nothing Tennessee could have done about that. He made the right decision, letting the QB trip his way into the end zone. Sadly, Nico Iamaleava, he ran the ball with no time left on the floor. He got the first down, but he did not get anywhere near the end zone. That's what he needed to do there. Freshman mistake. I heard people saying he's going to eventually cost Tennessee a game by making a terrible decision. I don't care if no one was open. You were never running that in. You've got to throw the football. So Tennessee, who people have been very high on today, suffered their first loss early in the season as well. We've seen a lot of SEC teams suffering really quick losses. Congratulations to Arkansas. Very big game for them. And now the final game, which you've all been waiting for, Alabama, Vanderbilt. Now, this one is just absolutely insane. Maybe the greatest upset in college football history. Vanderbilt drops 40 on Bama's head after scoring a combined 3 points in the last 3 games against them, winning 40-35. Jalen Milroe, I think he threw a pick 6 and fumbled in a crucial moment. He did not have a good day. Pavia had an amazing day. He was very excited after that win. Cedric Alexander had a good day. Not the wrestler, actually, the football player for Vanderbilt. Really, Alabama had no answers. Vanderbilt was in the lead for the whole game. So, this is a weird one because usually the comeback happens, right? When it's a good team, bad team, close game in the fourth quarter after Vanderbilt was up high. But even with the Ryan Williams touchdown, Alabama just could not keep up with that Vanderbilt offense, which is something I don't think I've ever said before, and I will never say again, hopefully, for Alabama's sake. But big win for Vandy, their biggest in franchise program, whatever you want to call it, history. Alabama's, this is going to hurt, man. They're ranked number 1 in the country for 1 week in October, and it's pretty early in October, too. Milroe, you can't play like that after doing what you just did to Georgia, man. I don't know what happened to him, but just a real tough loss. Now the number 1 team in the country is once again Texas, followed by Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Georgia. What do I think about those rankings? I think the first 3 are easily right. I mean, I wouldn't contend with them at all. People say, how did Penn State jump over Georgia? They wanted all the teams in the top 4 to be undefeated. It's that simple. They just wanted all the teams in the top 4 to be undefeated to this point. Georgia's not undefeated. I'm pretty sure Georgia will be favored heavily against at least Oregon and Penn State. That's not what AP cares about. All right, we'll see how they really feel when the college football playoff poll comes out. But for now, very big week, very fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this one from my perspective. See you guys next time. Adios.